How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be checking out 19 products that you won't recognize in a foreign country. So this is going to be mainly for the American viewers or people that just love the channel and want to check it out. But basically 19 products that you won't recognize in a foreign country from, I would assume, an American's perspective. And the channel's bright side, so go check that out. There will be a link in the description section down below for that. Hit like I just did. Let's watch this.
Okay, imagine you arrive in Quebec and decide to go satisfy your hunger in KFC. Only, it's not KFC you're going to. It's PFK. What? It turns out that marketing specialists work hard to adapt both product names and packaging designs for the needs of different national markets. As a result, some products that people are used to in one country may look and taste totally different in another. See for yourself.
I wonder why PFK though, because it's supposed to be Kentucky Fried Chicken. I wonder what the P would stand for.
Number 1. CocaCola Light. People from Europe tend to get confused when striving to spot Coca-Cola Light in American or British supermarkets. What they might not know is that in these countries, low-calorie Coca-Cola is called Diet Coke. Why? Well, the thing is, in many parts of the world, diet often doesn't mean low-calorie, hence the Coca-Cola Light label for Europe. On the other hand, these days the Coca-Cola Company is advertising a new name for this product. Eventually, Coca-Cola Zero is supposed to replace Coca-Cola Light altogether.
Yeah, I've seen Coca-Cola Zero. Never drink it though. I don't drink a whole lot of pop or soda, whatever you want to call it. But I do drink like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, root beer's pretty good, and Dr. Pepper. But usually I drink like sweet tea or coffee and juice and stuff.
Replace Coca-Cola Light. Boy, that joke still works. What? Number 2. Lenor.
Never heard of it.
When people from Europe, Japan, and Russia wash their clothes, they often use a popular fabric softener called Lenor.
So this is not just for the Americans. This is just in general. Probably about Europe, I guess. I thought Brightside did video. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. We're gonna continue.
But no matter how hard you try to find this product in the US, all you'll see on the shelves will be blue bottles labeled Downy. Luckily, there's no need to despair. Downy is the same fabric softener, just with a different name.
Oh.
Number 3. Olay.
Well, there you go.
Olay, a popular cosmetics brand produced by Procter&gamble, has been known under many aliases. Oil of Olay, oil of Olays, oil of Ulan, oil of Mulan. Choose the one to your liking.
Oil of Mulan. That's funny because there's that movie Mulan, Disney movie. They just like wring the oil out of her hair and bottle it up.
Okay, not that last one, but hey, I think I'd like to see oil of Mushu. Anyway.
Okay, so the last one was fake.
In 1999, the company finally made its choice, and the brand got the name we use nowadays, Olay. But it turned out that not all countries were happy about this decision. That's probably why people in Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Belgium still come to cosmetic stores to buy oil of Olays, or simply Olays.
Huh. Well, now you know.
Number 4. Cocoa Krispies. Created by an American food producer, this breakfast is a favorite choice of people all over the world.
It's not bad.
But paradoxically, not all of them munch on Cocoa Krispies. What gives? It's about the name once again. In New Zealand, South Korea, Italy, the UK, and South Africa, you'll buy a box of Cocoa Pops cereal for breakfast.
Okay.
But if you're in Portugal, Germany, Spain, Switzerland, and Austria, peruse supermarket shelves for Choco Krispies. As for the US, here we know this product under the name of Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah.
Number
Because it's supposed to be kind of like Rice Krispies, but like the chocolate version.
Number 5. Tide. Another product of Procter & Gamble, Tide laundry detergent has not one, but 3 names. In Central Europe, this product is known by the name of Vizier, and in Turkey, you'll buy Alo.
I mean, they're sticking with the same color schemes and stuff, though, so it makes it a lot more recognizable, at least for people that's traveling to spot the brands, I guess.
Interestingly, local marketing specialists don't only decide which name will be accepted better in a particular country. They also determine the form of the product, depending on which type of cleaning locals prefer. That's why in Indonesia and the Philippines, for example, you'll find Tide in the form of soap. Number 6. Mr. Clean. Want to know a record breaker for the number of names a product has in different countries? Then welcome Mr. Clean. However confusing it is, most big countries have their own names for this famous cleaning product.
And what's that?
Among them, you'll find Mr. Clean in Canada and the US, Mr. Propre in France, Meister Proper in Germany, Mastro Lindo in Italy, Mr. Proper in some Slavic countries, and Maestro Limpio in Latin American countries.
That's awesome. They just changed the name. It's still the same guy, though, so... Again, back with what I was saying a little bit ago with the packaging, you know, at least they're keeping the same, like, labels or, like, the same color schemes and you know, logo, or not logos, but, like, mascots, I guess, you know, like Mr. Clean. Yeah.
As for Great Britain and Ireland, they have a short and straightforward name for the famous cleaning product, Flash. Nah, I'm not going there. Number 7. Burger King. In 1954, one of the most famous American fast food chain restaurants got its name, Burger King. And today, you can find these restaurants in almost 18,000 locations. But unfortunately, you won't be able to visit Burger King in Australia. You see, when the chain's owners were thinking of opening a branch in this country, to their dismay, they found out that the name Burger King had already been taken. That's why there was nothing left to do but rename the Australian branch to Hungry Jack. Number 8.
Really? I've heard of Hungry Jack's. Maybe it was on that Kangaroo Jack movie or something. I don't know. But I've heard of Hungry Jack's. And no, I'm not going to confuse with Hungry Howie's, because I'm aware of that one too. But yeah, Hungry Jack's. I've seen it in movies, I'm pretty sure. I didn't know they were talking about Burger King. That's pretty cool.
8. Vaseline. Vaseline, a popular remedy for dry skin, sounds different in Spanish and Portuguese. That's why, if you need this product, let's say in Brazil or Mexico, make sure you ask for Vaseline. Number 9. KFC.
Yeah, what about this one?
If you ever visit the French-speaking province of Quebec, Canada, don't waste your time trying to find one of these famous fast food chain restaurants. What we call KFC in the US has the name PFK in Quebec. And no wonder. After all, PFK, which stands for Poulet Frit Kentucky, is exactly how you translate Kentucky Fried Chicken into French.
Poulet Frit Kentucky, huh? Well, now we know. Very interesting.
Number 10. Axe. Axe is a popular brand of grooming products for men that was launched in France in 1983. But soon enough, just as the company decided to expand, the producers discovered that the name Axe had already been taken by other companies in several big countries. On top of that, for English speakers, the word Axe could hardly be associated with cosmetics, pleasant smells, and such. As a result, they changed the brand name in countries like the UK, Ireland, Australia, China, and New Zealand. So, if you need a new deodorant when visiting these places, look for the one called Lynx rather than Axe.
Okay, Lynx.
Number 11.
Very cool.
Dove. Dove is a popular chocolate brand you can find nearly everywhere in the world. But if you come to Egypt, India, or the UK, look for chocolates named Galaxy. No worries though,
Galaxy.
Despite a different name, this yummy treat tastes exactly the same as the more common Dove chocolate. And
it even had the chocolate writing. See that?
treat tastes exactly the same as the more common Dove chocolate.
Yep.
And in the US, be sure not to confuse Dove chocolate with Dove soap.
Yeah, right.
Boy. Number 2.
Which I don't know if that's a different company altogether. I've wondered about that, but I never actually went online to look it up. But yeah, there's a Dove chocolate and there's a Dove soap. I don't know if it's the same, like, overall company that owns both or how that works. With copyright issues, you would think one of them would claim something about the name. I don't know.
12. Dannon.
Dannon, huh?
The founder of the world-famous dairy brand Dannon named the company after his son's family nickname. And that's exactly how this brand is known all over the world, but not in the US. On supermarket shelves here, you'll see these dairy products labeled Dannon. Is it a misprint? Nope. It's the brand executive's attempt to make their production sound more American. Before the rename,
I've never heard of it, but I don't know how that sounds more American. I don't know why that would matter. But still, that's interesting that we have a different name for it than everywhere else.
lots of customers from the US used to pronounce Dannon as two words, Dan and one. Number 13. Milky Way. People from Europe are used to the chocolate-covered bar Milky Way, which is wrapped in blue packaging with little white stars. But if you want to munch on the same bar in the US, search for the one called Three Musketeers.
We have a Milky Way, though. Wait a minute.
As for the American Milky Way that comes in a brown package, be ready for it to taste like a Mars bar. Oh my, how confusing. Hey, I'll take all three. Number 14. Lay.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have a Milky Way. So our Milky Way is like the Britain's Mars bar. And then our Three Musketeers are what their Milky Way is. Very interesting.
Lay's. Few people know that modern-day Lay's first appeared in the UK under the name of Walkers more than 70 years ago.
Really? I didn't know
However, in 1989, PepsiCo, the producer of the Lay's You Eat Today, bought Walkers and renamed its crispy product.
I wonder why. I'm always curious why people like rename stuff a certain thing or whatever, you know?
But guess what? In Great Britain, they still crunch Walkers. The popular potato chips have changed their package design, but the name remained the same. But that's not all. It turned out that Lay's have other names in different countries around the world. For example, in Australia, you should ask for Smith's.
Really?
And in Mexico, for Sabritas. Number 15. Rexona. The Rexona brand, which produces world-known deodorants and antiperspirants, appeared in Australia in 1969. But if you try to find this oh-so-useful product in different countries around the world, you might be in for a surprise. For example, in the US and Canada, this brand is called Degree. In South
Degree is the best deodorant you can get, actually. It's good stuff. It's one of the only ones that actually does what it's supposed to do.
Africa, Shield. In the UK and Ireland, Sure. And in Japan and South Korea, Rexona. Oh boy, how am I supposed to remember all this?
Rexona.
Number 16. Knorr.
Oh yeah, this stuff's good.
Most people know Knorr, a brand that produces dried soups and stock cubes. But
I had a Knorr, it was a powdered seasoning, and it was like a roasted garlic chicken or something like that, kind of like the stock cube, bouillon cube or whatever it's called, where it's just like compressed, you know, but it was just all powder. You can use it in seasoning. I'd put that stuff in eggs. I'd put it in mashed potatoes. Oh my goodness. It's super good. It really is.
Few have ever heard of Royo or Continental, right? Well, at least, unless you live in Indonesia or Australia. But in fact, it's the same product.
Yeah,
Royo is what this brand is called in Indonesia. And in Australia, Knorr goes under the name of Continental. Number 17. Beesel.
Never heard of it.
Ever heard of low-fat margarine called Beesel? Nope. And how about the one called Promise? Ah, that sounds more familiar, right?
No.
But in fact, they're one and the same product, just
really
in two
don't?
different countries. Diesel in Belgium and Promise in the US. What's more, this margarine has one more name. In the UK, it's called Flora.
I try not to use margarine though. I use regular butter. I haven't used margarine in years.
18. t.j.maxx. A renowned American retailer, t.j.maxx, miraculously turns into TK Maxx once you go to Europe.
Okay.
The thing is that in
TK Maxx.
1994, when the company decided to open its first shop in Bristol, they had to modify the name. Otherwise, customers could mistake the newly opened store with the British retail chain T.J. Hughes.
How you gonna confuse Hughes with Max though? I mean, I get the TJ part, but TJ Hughes, TJ Maxx, it's a bit different.
Number 19. Sprite. In China, you won't find a bottle of Sprite, even if you try really hard. But
But what if I try extra really hard though?
pay attention to the drink called Chevy. It's the
Chevy,
same
huh?
soda so many people are crazy about.
Yeah, same logo.
Unfortunately, the original name wasn't the best fit for the Chinese market. So the producers had to find another one, and they succeeded. In Chinese, Jia means snow and B means blue-green, so the name speaks for itself, I guess. By the way,
Okay.
Coca-Cola has a different name in China as well, CocaCola, which is the name the drink goes under in
It looks weird to have those swirlies on that font though, right? And I don't know how you get Kaikukilai or whatever from that, but I don't read that language, of course, but wow.
this country means tasty fun.
Tasty fun.
Well, okay. Alright, how about you? Do you know any other products that look, taste, or have unusual names in different countries?
No.
Let me know down in the comments.
Not off the top of my head. That's about it. We're going to check out those comments though. We're going to see what some of those say here. Yeah, the Mars bar one. That one's confusing a little bit. In Vietnam, people used to say Poca instead of Lay's, but the company removed it and used the original name for it now. Okay, so did it used to be called Poca, I guess, in Vietnam? Very cool. Somebody says, okay, for your information, Nor in Argentina is sometimes called by Nor Souza. So there's a second name, evidently, on the package in Argentina. Very cool to know. I always like to know, like, what's the differences in, different parts of the world, right? Somebody says here in the Philippines, we exclusively have Royal True Orange, which is Fanta in other countries. Which Fanta's great. I like orange soda. Here we go. In Romania, the toothpaste Crest is called Blend A Med. Now, Crest, it's a common name here. Blend A Med doesn't sound as appealing. It sounds more like a medicine or something, right? Take it easy. Have a super fun, awesome day, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.